Hey there, Katie Joy, the Global Butterfly here. And this week's podcast is all about the number one big reason why people hold themselves back from succeeding. This is a big one because this belief block gets in the way for most people. In fact, everyone at some point. It's just, are you actually recovering and getting past this energy block, or are you letting it stop you and really deter you from manifesting your dreams? The number one reason people hold themselves back from succeeding at their goals or making positive changes in their life is the fear of failure. It's the fear of failure or the fear of rejection or even the fear of not being good enough. But, the singular thing in common with any of these fears is the focus that the person has in their own mind. They're visualizing, these negative experiences, these past memories that they've had failures in the past, they've tried and attempted, and there's been an energy associated to that experience that didn't feel good. And how the brain works is it wants to protect itself. It wants to be able to, the ego wants to certainly have some self-esteem around it. And so the idea of potentially putting that at risk is guarded. And then the focus, if you're focused on this narrative internally in your mind's eye, that, oh my God, what if I do this and I fail? Or what if I try and it doesn't work? And then I feel disappointed. Or maybe it's, what if I do it and I'm not good enough? Or what if I'm laughed at? And a lot of these experiences are from personal experiences from a really young age, usually from the age of 0 to 7. It could be older. It could even be from a parent's experience that has been pressed down and projected as a belief over and over and over again into the young, impressionable mind that, it limits you now as an adult to take those steps forward for the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough. Because to the mind, that's the worst case scenario, right? Like the brain does not want to be isolated, alone, and put into survival mode. So the thing is, this is the big thing though, is this visualization. It's the imagination. It's the mind movie that's being played out. It's not actually happening. It's just a mind movie, but it's a nightmare. It's like Nightmare on Elm Street that's being played. What if instead the vision that you're creating is one of success? You want, and you're visualizing yourself succeeding and seeing the delight on families' faces, other people's faces, that you're hearing really positive reinforcement about the success that you've created, not just from yourself. Maybe it's, hey, well, job well done. Maybe it's from family or friends or clients who are acknowledging you. And then also really connecting with that feeling in your body. So you might be saying, Katie, it's a bit hard, it's a big leap. If I'm a bit worried about feeling, fear of failure, to go, oh, I'm just going to feel like I'm going to succeed. I don't know how that it feels yet, so I don't know. Well, I'm going to suggest to you to do something more general that allows you to be in a place in the moment so that you can create a new experience. Because if we're stuck in the visual, the thought processes of the failure, then that's going to compound, stack, become a belief and reinforce itself, because your brain will start looking for evidence that reinforces the belief that you're going to fail. So therefore you will go, oh, okay, see, and therefore I'm not going to take action. Or you take some timid action, half-assed experience, and then you get a half-assed response, and then you're like, yep, see, it's not going to work. So you don't take the full action. It's self-prophecy. It reinforces itself. But the same is true when you focus on what's this positive outcome, this positive experience. Excuse me. And so maybe you're not sure yet what that exactly looks like in detail, or exactly what you might be tapping into the experience of what you're seeing, hearing, and feeling. But what you can do is, what would it feel like to have the outcome of that you're visualizing or creating, right, complete? How would it feel in your body without the tension? Would you feel relaxed? Would you feel present? Would you feel at peace? Would you feel delighted and excited? Would you then allow yourself to feel an even more effervescent experience of joy and bliss? I'm just asking you right now, what would it feel like without the tension in your body of the stress that recurs and occurs and keeps recurring if you're focused on failure? If you're focused on failure, you're setting your nervous system into a fight and flight experience. But when you're focused on actually experiencing and seeing, hearing, feeling the success as if it's already done. In fact, here's a little tip that I give my clients is go beyond that point of it already being done. Go beyond the point and then look back at that as if it's a history already, right? And it's like, wow, and start talking about it. Hey, look, a year ago, you put yourself a year into the future and then say, you know what, a year ago, I set this goal and for 3 months, or 6 months time, and I took the action. It wasn't always easy, and then during that experience, I followed course. I stuck to my commitment. I even found a coach who could facilitate and help me, and be working through some of my blocks and helping me be accountable and implement the steps. And I did it in a much more joyous experience, and even shortcut the timeline and actually manifest it much quicker. And I experienced that shift for myself, that I even set higher goals moving forward. And now it's much more achievable for me. And I believe I can go for even bigger, better dreams. It's a sense of being in that presence with it, where you're shifting the cinematic movie that you've got going on in your head from this nightmare to this incredible dream, right? You're making it up anyway. That's the really crazy thing. You just get to choose. Are you making up a really, really destructive vision for yourself, one that you're not already winning? Or are you mentally going to play a game of success already that allows you to receive and shift into that vibration already and be that version of yourself so you can receive the evidence in your reality and let it manifest and unfold? I hope this has been really valuable for you today, short but sweet and really powerful. My question that I'm going to leave you with is, what are you going to choose to focus on now? Moving forward, how are you going to experience even a small little success when you've accomplished that? Just practice visualizing it as if it's already done. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? And just allow yourself to bathe in the positive sensory around that. And then allow yourself to take inspired action, moving in the direction of your goal with a sense of joy until it's manifested. Love, light, manifesting lots of miracles, magic, and more. May you be blessed and share your blessing of you with your light with the world. Go forth and succeed.